everybody. We're back. We're streaming. It is Friday. So, for those of you who do not remember, we are now starting to stream on Tuesdays and Fridays. Basically, community Discord vote said we would like to have a second stream. And the second stream, well, I suggested a second stream. And then I asked like everybody like voting in the Discord to see when would work best. And the majority of the votes were Fridays around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't get off work till 7, so the compromise is like to make sure I have time to like eat and everything. I set the setup for 8 o'clock. But I had dinner with my girlfriend tonight, so we started late. Moving forward, streams are no longer going to be 8:30 to 10, they're going to be 8 to 10. I've been having a lot of fun with the streams with you guys. The content has been really good. It's been enjoyable. Hold on, I gotta check that. Did I tag this correctly? Oh no, I didn't let you guys know I'm live. There we go. That might help. Professional streamer, at it again. God, I'm good at this. Good thing too, we got ad break coming in pretty soon. Ads are gonna start in 50 seconds, so let's get started. When the ad break goes down, I'm just gonna hang out and chat with people that are subscribed, but we're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna make any content. Well, so we're doing away with Indigo's tier 5. So we actually got a lot of progress done for people who are following at home. These yellow text indicators mean that we went through and we actually updated all of these skills. So we've got quite a bit of stuff that we got done. Really excited. A few things that we might look into tonight. Counter might get replaced on orange. I'm just having some concepts and some thoughts about doing something with counter. Hey, there we go. Thick. A stream that works better for your schedule. How are you, Thick? It's good to see you. I'm very glad you're here. I know it's not always easy for you to make it, so. But yeah, we got a lot of progress done. We went through, we reworked a lot of the amps. A lot of the amps were very boring, but we found ways without requiring a lot of coding. We made them a lot more interesting. So we're really excited. Like, this is probably one of our favorites. We were talking about this one a bunch. It's called Detonate. So Overheat is a buff that orange gets where it increases your attack speed for melee and ranged attacks, but it's just physical. It's not skill oriented or movement speed. But Detonation is based on the stacks of Overheat you have at cast. It'll actually eat all of your... Oh, right on, you got a bunch of school stuff. Oh, and we are in ad break, so hold the phone on that. We'll be back in just a second. We are currently on an ad break. Did I do that right? I just gotta make sure I did that right. Yeah, okay, we're on an ad break. So, we'll see. We'll be back in just a second, guys. We got the ad break going. And we'll do this. There we go. And it's a 3-minute ad break. I gotta fix that. Okay. Make a comment. All right. Let's up some more to-do list stuff. Here's my stream papers. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, as per usual, thank you for your patience, and feel free to skip. Oh, dude, I could start learning timestamps to skip that for the YouTube boys, or maybe just start cutting it out if I get more talented at that kind of stuff. That's not a bad idea. All right. Just checking all my papers real quick while we're waiting for the ad break to finish. Ads will be over in 2 minutes, so... for those of you who are watching from YouTube, I really appreciate your understanding, just because, again, this allows us to find people who might be checking out our content on Twitch and not on YouTube. This allows for a seamless experience so that when they click on the channel, they don't just get hit instantly with a wall of ads. Instead, they get to just instantly come into the content and check out what we're doing. Yeah, ad breaks kind of suck. I'm even going to type that in chat, be like, they're a little rough. But it clears us for an hour. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, here we go. Stream feedback. This is what I wanted. Like I said before, I've got like a whole like manila folder that's got all of my like... There's a lot of stuff that hasn't made it from paper to program. And so it is stored in this folder. And as things are removed from this, I make sure they go to a thumb drive of some kind. And then generally some kind of like cloud service. So like the information is everywhere. But it starts paper and then it moves its way where it's supposed to be. So we got one more minute of ad break, so I gotta fix this. Chat commands. Ads. Change label from 90 seconds to 3 minutes. All right. There we go. Thank you. I will hydrate. That's a good idea. Wait, so can you hear me, or are you still kind of caught on the ad wall? Okay, we're doing good on all this. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, you can hear me. Good, just making sure. How is all the school stuff going? Because that does not sound like fun. I mean, it does and it doesn't. Like, school is there to teach us and educate us. Oh, we're almost done. Ad break in 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. All right, ad break is gone. We're back to it. All right. So, oh shit. Just realized I accidentally deleted detonate. Whew, that was close. Just a lot of stuff. No, I get that, man. So yeah, basically what we're working on tonight, now that the ad break is out of the way and we can get rolling, the whole idea here is effectively, these are the, like, so this is the yellow tier 1 skill, the yellow tier 3, the yellow tier 5. So all the classes start at tier 1, so you always have your first skill. Tier 2, you get a passive. Tier 4, you get a special modifier to your dash. So for example, yellow, it's overclock, which makes you deal more skill damage. And over here are all the amps for the skills. So it's like, for example, this is like the first yellow skill. So right now it's just summon a flying drone that aids you in combat. So it literally just follows around and shoots little pellets. And then the white version is the drone. While it's out, all your beam damage output is increased. So your ranged attacks, just while it's out, ranged attack damage up across the board. This one is every time the drone deals damage, you gain stacks of bulwark, which reduces the damage you take. Drones apply a burn. Drone applies an instance of static, and static is really strong because it makes your next skill deal more damage. It's basically a setup skill. Curse means 10% more damage across all sources. Drone damage applies slow. Any kills while drone is active grant haste, which is movement speed and cooldown reduction. So haste is a pretty nice buff. So the whole point is that 9 classes, 3 skills, 9 amps. You guys can do the math on that. We're looking at like 270 skills. Like 27 base skills, and then another, what is that, 243 amps? I think that's the math. I think that's the math correctly done. I could be wrong, but yeah, so it's really fun. We've gotten a shit ton of these done. We finished blue last night. We were having a blast with blue. We are working on, so the ones that we need to work on are Violet's tier 5 skill, because we were going to use the skill, but we're probably going to remove the skill altogether. All of Black needs to be reworked, because we went through and reworked a lot of the buffs for the game, and it actually started making stuff line up in a really good way, because it's like every buff feels good and every debuff feels effective. So it's like everything has a place and a play style. So I'm deciding where I want to start, because we could start with Indigo tier 5. What else did I need to work on? Is that where we're starting? Is Indigo tier 5? Yeah, Indigo tier 5, we need a pinnacle skill, because again, all the classes have a quick cast, which is something you can just spam as many times as you want, and it's limited by your mana. Oh yeah, it's been super fun. I missed a Prison Break stream is what I would say if I wasn't here right now. Yeah, we started streaming again on Fridays, man. How you doing, RGB? Good to have you. Skills today. We're working on just skill concepting today. We're almost done. But yeah, so we got quick cast, which are just skills that are limited just by your mana mostly, like little to no cooldown. You can just kind of keep throwing them. A stock skill is like a moderate cooldown. It does like a bigger effect. And then a pinnacle skill, which is like your big, like your trump card. And so people are encouraged, like people can run 2 pinnacles, people can run 2 skills of the same color, people can run 2 quick cast, people can run 2 stock, you can mix and match. So again, figuring out the play style for you, it's like the skill will always do this effect, and then these over here, based on which color you amp it with, tell you what the skill is going to do additionally or what it modifies. So yeah, we got to work on this today. So we got Eclipse. Let me check. Let me make sure the first couple on Violet are set. So Shadow Assault does deal a large amount of damage to a single target. Damage scales with barrier damage. I really like that. That might be too strong inherently though for non-barrier builds. So I think Shadow Assault is cast while Shadow is active. Refund mana cost. I think, okay, so the thing is we also reworked the Blue's buff to be Refresh. So being mana cost, I actually feel like makes more sense for it to be under Blue. I don't think this needs to inherently apply a slow. I think the idea is that if you... Oh, but Shadow Assault is cast while Shadow is active. Refund mana cost. Because it no longer needs cooldown reset. So kills with Shadow Assault grant haste. Okay, that makes sense. Shadow Assault heals the user for a percentage of the damage dealt. That makes sense. Okay, so hold on. Let me undo that. Make sure that... Let me look through all these. Okay, so kills with Shadow Assault grant reflect. I don't see that being inherently broken because... Because again, Shadow Assault is like... So King's Wave, which is the white skill, you're firing out like a ranged beam, and white is our ranged DPS option, and violet is our melee DPS option. So Shadow Assault requires you to be in melee range. Like, it's going to be like, the animation is literally just going to be like a little shadow wave coming just a short distance off of you, maybe like a little short dash. So it's like you have to be up there. So rewarding a player for getting close, like up into the front of it, I think that it makes sense to have it that getting a kill with Shadow Assault grants reflect. Because again, having it apply, like, magnified, which is white's debuff, that wouldn't make sense. I don't like that. Because it's like, now you're using a melee skill to grant yourself bonus range damage. That's stupid. So, I think that one's good. We'll when we start coding, we'll see how busted that is. Grants Bulwark on cast, kills grant and refresh full stacks of Bulwark. Not full stacks, that's too strong, because that's instantly, Bulwark has 5 stacks, and it's 5% per stack, so this is saying if you get 1 kill, now you're just taking 25% less damage, and if you're doing a red build, and you have Weaken Anywhere, you can literally just use this to kill a trash mob, and now you're taking 40% less damage. That's way too strong. So let's do Grant's Bulwark on cast. Kills refresh current stacks? Kills grant an additional stack. No, let's do that. Kill, wait, no, because it's... No, it just needs to be that then. I'm overthinking it, because it's just, if you cast it, because it's your quick cast, you can keep casting it. So if you want to be an idiot, like you want, or like, I shouldn't say it like that, but it's like, if you want to be headstrong, you can literally just fly in and start casting Shadow Assault to like smash your head against it, drop half your mana bar, and now you're taking 25% less damage. I think that that's fine. Because now it literally, yeah. Applies burning, grants overheat on kill. I think that could be good for a melee build. Because, yeah, exactly. Just keeping it as Bulwark on cast, because again, yeah, you can just, oh, you would, sorry. I thought you meant I would do that, then that's a good idea, but you mean that's how you would play. That's fantastic, Thick. I love that. So then applies burning, and then grants overheat on kill. So hitting someone makes them burn, and then if you hit them again and it kills them, regardless if they're actively burning or not, you get a stack of overheat. Overheat stacks 5 times, 15 seconds for increased attack speed. It is a quick cast, so you could, yeah, that's a little bit more rewarding. The burn is nice because you could literally Shadow Assault to get the burn, and then just start meleeing the target because you have the burn going. So it's like you roll in with Shadow Assault. Now they're burning, you melee them, and then right before they die, you Shadow Assault again, move to the next target, and Shadow Assault again. So it's kind of like skill, melee, skill for kill, move to next target, skill again. So I like that. So let's combo off. Exactly. Oh my god, Happy! It's been a hot minute since I've seen you in chat. I'm glad that the new stream schedule's already working out. I've already got 2 new faces and a returning face in chat. I do want to try to find a way to start the stream a little bit earlier. I am glad I was able to do a Friday stream, though. Like, I was gonna start half an hour sooner, but my girlfriend was making dinner and she wanted to spend some time with me. We have this little card game we play where we draw cards and it asks us questions about each other, so we always do that over dinner. It was really cute. Kills with Shadow Assault grant overclock. I like that. So, again, for people who don't know, I'm just gonna keep going through that. She's amazing, Happy. She's the fucking sweetest woman to ever exist. I love my girlfriend so much. So kills with Shadow Assault grant overclock. Overclock is your next instance of skill damage. So basically the next time you cast a skill, overclock gets consumed and makes that skill deal more damage. So what this is basically saying is, like, if you run in now instead of initiating with Shadow Assault, it's like you're meleeing the target a whole bunch, you're finishing them with Shadow Assault. Now you have Overclock, and now when you go to the next enemy, your combo's a little faster. So maybe it's 6 melee strikes and Shadow Assault to kill something. You get Overclock, now maybe it's only 4 or 5, and then you can Shadow Assault. And if you keep doing that, you can keep benefiting, keep giving yourself Overclock. So I think that's good. And you might use this to get Overclock, and then you might be running a more powerful skill, like another stock skill or a pinnacle skill. So maybe this is your setup for your pinnacle skill. So maybe you're fighting, you get a kill with Overclock, and then you drop your big skill. So I think that that's really good. That's a setup. That's a really good setup. Shadow Assault cleanses debuffs on the user. If debuffs are cleansed, grants mend. So now we're using it to clear ourselves if we get slowed? I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I feel like it might be a little bit too much. Because, like, here's the thing. As a healer, I love this being, like, cool. Like, now my teammates can cleanse themselves. And if they cleanse it, mend is a heal over time. So this is basically saying if you get hit by, like, a bleed or a burn or a debuff during a boss, you could use Shadow Assault to cleanse that, and you're going to heal yourself while you're dealing damage. So, I don't know. It's multifaceted. Realistically, like, because a lot of these are like, you know, kills with Shadow Assault, applies burning, grants overheat on kill. Like, literally, white, orange, and yellow would not be as effective in bosses, but this, you can get this up all the time. This is not a kill feature. This is just bonus. So I think that's good. I think that's fine. Apply slow. If a slowed target is killed by Shadow Assault, grants refresh. Okay. So kind of the same thing. So it's like you hit it, you finish the kill. Because isn't that what we were talking about here? Is you hit it, and then right before it dies, you hit it again to get overheat. Yeah, I was wondering where you ran to. Welcome back. Yeah, I think the versatility of green is pretty good. I don't disagree with that. And I feel like what we're doing with burning, applies burning, grants overheat on kill. Applies slow, grants refresh on kill. I think that'll be good. Let's make this a little bit easier to read. Applies slow, grants refresh on kills against slow targets. Not gonna lie, because like here I don't want to make it that you have to make sure they're also burning, because it's too much work to keep the DPS buff going. But I do like here, just because refresh is literally mana regeneration, I feel like if I give mana regen every time you get a kill with Shadow Assault, I don't know, actually that's kind of cool. Because then you're kind of just doing like some goofy Sanic kind of action, right? Because now you're just running Shadow Assault, and it's like, you might find a ring that's like, you know, kills with Violet skills give bonus movement speed or give haste or something. So you could get a build where you're literally just like running around with infinite Shadow Assault. It's not stronger, you just have it more consistently. I don't think that that's a bad idea, actually. I think that that's funny. Because again, refresh is not instant mana. Refresh is you start regenerating mana, so it's not you can now just cast Shadow Assault again. It's in a few moments you will have the mana to cast it again. So I think that that plays well, because it's like, is the slow even needed then? I feel like the slow is unnecessary. Because if you're in melee range, why are you slowing something? Like, if it had knockback on it, I think that that would be good. I'm not going to do knockback, though. I don't want to do knockback. But it's like, I feel like it really should just be grants refresh on kills. Like, that's your whole, like, that's the whole functionality of taking this, is that you get it, like, I guess, honestly, that makes sense, because I do have some enemies that their whole thing is that they run from the player. That's actually really smart. I'm glad you said that. You're right. I do have some enemies where their switch AI is that when they go below a certain amount of health, or like, I have a lot, there's like 2 or 3 ranged enemies that I know of, and their whole thing is that they get a certain range within you, and then if you try to get closer, they keep moving away and keep damaging. So Shadow Assault would let you, when you deal damage to them, it would slow them so that they can't get away. That's actually a really, really, really good point. Thank you. Kills with Shadow Assault grant haste. I really like that, because haste is, again, bonus movement, speed, and cooldown. So this could start some really fucking goofy, gimmicky stuff where you're just like, kill, like you're literally giving yourself kills so that you're moving faster through a dungeon or a boss fight or whatever. and the entire time that you're doing this, playing goofy Sonic action while you're just rolling around, you are cooling down your other ability. And you might also just use it for the movement speed, because again, haste grants movement speed and cooldown reduction, so I don't think that's bad. If Shadow Assault is cast while Shadow is active, refund mana cost. I'm deciding how I feel, because I feel like that steps on the toes of Refresh. Because, like, what if Refresh is, like, let's say you have 100 mana, Shadow Assault costs 10 mana. Refresh starts giving you, like, 2 mana a second back for 10 seconds. That's 20 mana. Or if you have Shadow, which is, you have to set that up somewhere else in your build, and you cast Shadow Assault, it refunds the 10 mana. No, that's too strong, because Shadow does not get consumed, which means... Well, wait, how long does Shadow last? Hold on. We're gonna check something, chat. I'm gonna pull this over. Look, it's another Mila note. Wait, how long does Shadow last? Shadow normally lasts 5 seconds and nullifies the next instance of damage. So what? This is gonna let you get away with a window of like 3 or 4 Shadow Assaults? That's kind of cute. Because like now you're a Violet class, and if you set up your thing, you're able to deal more damage, and I kind of like that. Because like, you still have to be careful, because if you're using a bunch of Shadow Assault in melee range, something could hit you and remove Shadow, and now you're not getting the benefit, but it's like, you could do it a few times. I think that's okay. Like, that'll be goofy. We'll see if that's broken. If that's broken, we'll be like, refunds half of mana or something. Refund partial mana would be very easy to fix that, because that's a number value, so it's like, the skill, the buff there is cool, the mana adjustment might require some work. Shadow Assault heals. Okay, so those are good. Now Eclipse. Okay, so Eclipse grants Shadow. Barrier damage applies exposed. Exposed kills... hold on, let's rewrite this. Kills on exposed targets. Reapply Shadow. So, and then Magnified replaces exposed. So now you're doing like goofy ranged Shadow. That's hilarious. Replace Shadow with Bulwark. So what we have, grants Bulwark. Barrier damage applies exposed. Kills on exposed targets. Reapply Bulwark. Tank skill. Okay, that's fine. Barrier damage applies burn in addition to exposed. That's juicy. We like that. Barrier damage grants Overclock. No, not on damage. Barrier kills? No, we'll do this. Kills on exposed targets. Here we go. Kills on exposed targets. Additionally, grant Overclock. There we go. That's better. Because literally having it every time they punch, how that would work previously is if it was every time they landed a melee attack, they would get 20% bonus skill damage on every skill they cast. So they could literally, like, if you had Eclipse and Shadow Assault, you could do Eclipse, and you could literally rotate between just melee to get Overclock, and then Shadow Assault, melee, Shadow Assault, melee, Shadow Assault. That's way too strong. I don't like that. Like, maybe in a Wavelength passive or something, but not as just an amp. That'd be way too strong. Grants Mend in addition to Shadow. Exposed kills, reapply Shadow and Mend. That's fine. Exposed kills, additionally kills additionally grant Refresh. Grants haste on kills during Eclipse. What does this say? Kills extend the duration of Eclipse. Oh, none of those do that. Okay, so, okay. I like that, that's juicy. Barrier damage grants lifesteal and applies exposed. No. We're gonna do exposed kills, additionally grant lifesteal. There we go. Oh, is this Tricky? Yep. Hi, Tricky. Howdy, BB. Ayo, BB. What's good? Well, Tricky's in chat. Let's go. All right, I just double checked Eclipse and Shadow Assault Tricky, so we could jump to black. Ooh. Okay, that was just okay. So everything's looking good. We need Indigo 5, Violet 5. I'm not sure how I feel about Parry. The more I think about it, with them already having Shadow. Ooh, uh-oh. You guys still with me? Uh-oh. Okay. They seem to be good. I don't know why YouTube just kind of bonked out. Hold on. Let's try refreshing that. Come on, YouTube. I know. There we go. We'll skip to the next song, though. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Just kind of bonked my music. F in chat for the music. Okay, so... Oh, here you go. You ever look at the shift comments or what? I'm a little busy at the minute. You got this. You're cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Okay, so... Let me look at shift comments. This is all good. I think it played into what the player might want from Indigo Shift, but... Okay, Grand Max. Bulwark is fun. I think other buffs should be able to stack more, maybe as part of Brain Trinket or even armor sets. 5-piece armor sets you can only obtain with the -1 to set trinket that are really good. Write that down. Write that down. Thank you, Tricky. Happy, has everything been good with you, though? I honestly miss, like, chatting with you. I miss when we all used to hang out in Discord. Tricky and I were talking about this, that we might start hosting, like, some community game night stuff. Like, I don't want to go super heavy on it and burn myself out, but, like, maybe once a month, we kind of, like, put out some feelers to see if people would want to, like, play, like, Last Train Out of Wormtown, or, you know, like, you know, just, like, community games. Like, I've got a bunch of them. I can't think of any right now, but... Okay, so... I think I'm gonna wait on Indigo 5 and Perry 5. Yeah, I would like to do community game nights. I'd like to get the Discord, like, I kind of expanded the Discord. Now I'd kind of like to crunch the Discord down a little bit and kind of get everything flowing a little bit more smoothly. I feel like I've got too many announcement channels and stuff. So what did I have for first black? Blood Oath, a strong single target attack that recovers health and inflicts bleed. Well, that's kind of cool. Holy shit, you're in uni now? That's awesome, Happy. I love that. Okay, a strong single target that grants Reflect? No. Reflect is way too good. This is literally just... No, I don't like that. Strong single target that grants Bulwark. Oh, this is what Tricky talked about. All these are kind of boring. They're all kind of the same thing. So, let me see if I even like the base abilities. So we got Blood Oath, we got Siphon Strike. All barrier attacks get lifesteal, deal barrier damage on targets with bleed, refreshes dash. Oh, wait, isn't that kind of like King's Reach? King's Order. Resets dash, all damage dealt, inflicts magnified, kills, refresh, dash. And now this is barrier damage on targets with bleed, refreshes, dash. Oh, so I see, because this ability doesn't inherently give bleed. Because Black's dash is that it gives them health. That's still really good. I don't know if I like that. Might have to be kills on targets with bleed, refreshes, dash. Because, like, King's Order is a level 5 skill. And it gives dash reset on kills. So why would I give dash reset on kills to a level 3 skill? I don't think I like that. Because the whole thing with black skills is that black skills can cost health instead of mana, they can inflict bleed, and they can grant lifesteal. Like, they're like, Black's whole resource is, like, health, so I gotta figure this out. Black Nova, damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets, heals, and grants lifesteal. It's kind of cool. So again, like Blood Oath and Siphon Strike. Go Zoom, but yeah, that sounds powerful. Yeah, that's way... Well, because, like, dash gives you invincibility frames. Like, so basically when you dash for the duration of your, like, you know, like 1.25 second dash, you have iframes, so you use it to, like, dodge stuff that you weren't, like, watching out for. But then they also give you effects, so it's like, when you play two classes, you get each of their buffs added to your dash, so it's like, in addition to black, like if you had white, if you were playing white and black, your dash would heal you and give you reflect, which is a shield for half of your maximum health. So it's like every time you damage something that has bleed, you get a shield and your health back, and that's way too fucking strong. I don't inherently hate the idea of the skill. I'm just thinking. Okay, so I'll jump back to Blood Oath real quick. Strong single target that recovers health. Inflicts bleed. Because I had a couple different ideas with the black skill. At one point, one of the black skill things was that it was an ability that hurts you and it gives you mana so that you can, like, cast your other spells. I could make it the tier 5, but, like, then it's kind of just like copying King's Order, and I'm not sure how I feel about that either, so. Yeah, just, there was another ability at one point. I wonder if I still have it up. Under black. Vampire Blade, a strong single target attack that recovers health and inflicts bleed, and it's instant. Yeah, and the Blood Oath would sacrifice a small base of health to reduce all cooldowns. And then Black Nova damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets, heals, and grants lifesteal. I don't think I hate Black Nova. It feels a little generic because it's just like, we have an orange skill called Detonate that blows up, and Blizzard also has an AoE skill that just deals a shit ton of damage and slows. So I'm just thinking what I want to do. Because, like, with them having bonus max health, I really do like the idea of, like, some of their skills, like, costing health, and then the black amps. Like, you know, to amp their skill in the direction of, like, being more black. It could, like, reduce the health cost, or, like, you know, kills give you more health back. But I kind of like Vampire Blade more. Because in my head, it's like, Vampire Blade might have a longer cooldown. So it's like you kind of get this rotation between Blood Oath and Vampire Blade, where it's like you're using Blood Oath to like hurt yourself to have a shorter cooldown on Vampire Blade, and then you're blasting shit with Vampire Blade to like deal a bunch of damage, heal yourself, and inflict bleed. I don't know though, because I feel like that's a really weak black skill for level 1. It's just, oh, you hurt yourself and now your cooldowns come back, or you hurt yourself and you get mana back. So I don't think of that. I don't think that's interesting. I'm trying to think of how I could make that more interesting. I wonder if I could do something like this, where it's like, so make it a toggle, right? Be like, so this is the toggle, so now you can flip it on and off and it drains your mana, right? And then make it that, because again, I kind of want to move away from black gaining mana because blue does mana gain, so now we kind of need to give black a new identity, because this was from the previous version and this is the new version with the updated like passives and wavelengths and everything. So I'm thinking continuously I can't spell. Help! Maybe it's not. Okay, hold on. Take a deep breath and go. Continuously. There we go. Got it, chat. Drains health for the duration of Blood Oath. Gain lifesteal. So proud. Thank you. Thank you. Gain lifesteal. And then barrier damage applies bleed. I think that could be good, because a lot of the stuff that I want to do with the other two skills basically it like require the target to be bleeding to like gain bonus health from them. So it's like I do think I'm gonna go back to Vampire Blade. So we're gonna do that. Vampire Blade. Hell yeah. And I don't need to retype it because I already did that like 3 other times. So let's just borrow it from here. Go back. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, no. There we go. Yes, now we got Vampire Blade, a strong single target attack that recovers health, inflicts bleed. And then we can take the bleed off. Maybe we don't take the bleed off. Maybe we kind of do... No, I think that's okay. Okay, so now we need to go through and take all these out, because now none of these are going to make sense. Okay, so, and then let's literally just give this, like, you know, just long enough that you can't consistently use it, like a 10-second cooldown. This no longer has the cooldown because this is literally just a toggle skill. And I think this plays very much into Black's nature, because Black is all about, like, health manipulation. So it's like, you are draining your health continuously. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't make it a toggle, because if I make it a toggle, a player will turn it on, take the first tick of damage to proc the lifesteal, and then they'll turn it off. It needs to be a quick cast. Quick cast. And then... drain a percentage of max health. Gain lifesteal, barrier damage applies bleed. That's gonna be hard to do now that it's a quick cast, not a toggle. So maybe we just take that away. Does that make sense though? Because I guess you only gain benefit from that if you're taking damage. What else could we do? Train a percentage of max health. Gain life steal. Because that's not really interesting either. I'm just deciding what direction I want to go, because Vampire Blade feels very good as a stock skill, because it'll be very easy for me to be like I can literally put a condition on this that's like, if the target is bleeding, it deals more damage. And then because we have a blue ability that's very much like this, where it's a single target attack, it applies slow, and then if the target is slowed when you deal damage, it refunds the cooldown, and then if the target is slowed when you kill them with a skill, it refunds the mana. So I don't want to steal that ability's homework, but I want to do something similar where it's like, this is a really good ability, and then if you have bleed, it like, yeah, so it's like, if you have life steal, it deals more or like it heals you more, and if they're bleeding, it deals more damage. I wonder if we could do something like that. Okay, hold on. I'm feeling really good about Vampire Blade. We're going to work on this for a bit. We're going to come back to Blood Oath, because I want to make it... The biggest thing about the skills is because even though you're playing two different classes, you can technically have two skills from one class equipped. So you can do Black Tier 1 and Black Tier 3 on the same build, or Black Tier 1 and Black Tier 5, or Black Tier 3 and Black Tier 5. So it's like making the skills intrinsically work with each other is important, in addition to them being good on their own. So there's just a little bit of thinking that goes into it. But like having a skill that's like, oh, if something's bleeding and you hit it, you blow the shit out of it, you know? Also, is music too loud? I just want to check real quick with everybody. Health healed is increased if target. Health. It's good for you. Okay, health healed is increased if caster is lifesteal. That might be good as the base skill, and then have the black do the, if they're bleeding, they take bonus damage. Let's see what happens as we go. Kills with Vampire Blade. Grant Reflect, because I don't want to do Magnified here. That feels stupid and weird. Kills with Vampire Blade. Okay, so Bulwark. So we got Weaken. Vampire Blade. I wonder if we could do this. Check this out. Grants full stacks of Bulwark if it strikes a weakened target. Because Weaken is... I wonder if this could work for like a tank modification, because now you have this skill that hits really hard, right? And if they have Weakened, you're going to hit them, and they're already dealing 10 to 15% less damage. But as soon as you hit them with your blade, now you instantly have 25% more armor from all 5 stacks of Bulwark. I feel like that as like a 10-second cooldown, and especially with Bulwark lasting 15 seconds, I feel like that could be really good for a tank setup, where it's like, long as you're watching your cooldown on your stacks of Bulwark, and you're making sure that you're constantly reapplying your like Vampire Blade, or whatever we would call this variant of Vampire Blade, I feel like that's pretty strong. And again, it requires setup to get that effect, but is it too much setup? No. Weakened is pretty easy to come by. And if people want to build into that, I think that's really good. So, Burning Blade, that's gonna be really easy. What, grants overheat on kills or applies burn? Vampire Blade now applies burn. I wonder if I want to make Vampire Blade like a sweeping scythe, so you can hit multiple things, because it's like a strong... No, I said a strong single target attack. I could change it. I could make it like a sweeping scythe. And that seems kind of cooler for like Black's identity. Just like, it's like a sweep in front of you. And if the caster has lifesteal, it heals more. That's a lot of numbers to balance, though. That makes you real... Like, because again, Vampire Blade would start being really good in AoE situations, but then it wouldn't be good against bosses. I think I'm okay with that, though, because then that just means that we gotta do something with Blood Oath and Black Nova. Because if we... Well... If we keep Black Nova as the AoE, then Blood Oath becomes a utility to bump up Black Nova and Vampire Blade, and then Vampire Blade is your single target option, Black Nova is your longer cooldown AoE option. I think that makes more sense. I like that. Like, we gotta rework Blood Oath, but making it like the... I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with it. I think I'm gonna do something where it's like Blood Oath is like, it costs a little bit of health instead of mana, and it heals on damage, and it applies bleed or something like that. Just because if I do that, then Vampire Blade can have like a bleed function that's like, if it hits a target that's bleeding, it deals like bonus damage. So now you have this like combo between like Blood Oath takes a chunk of your health, you hit the target, it heals you a little bit. So it's like, it costs, let's say you have 100 health. Blood Oath costs 10% of your health, so it costs 10 health. And you hit the target for like 30 damage and it heals you for like 5, right? So now you're still down some health, but now Vampire Blade is gonna like hit the target, or maybe you drop like 2 or 3 Blood Oaths, so like you're down like 15 or 20 health if you're 100 health, and Vampire Blade, if the target's like bleeding, you get like bonus health back, so now you hit this target for more damage, and it ends up healing you a larger chunk. I think that that's a really good synergy, so let's try that. Drain a percentage of max health. Fire a bleeding orb. Or fire a black orb that inflicts bleed. Heals user for a percentage damage dealt. It's a little wordy, but I think that that works out as a skill, right? We got, so it hurts you a little bit to cast it. You fire out this orb that inflicts bleed, so now they're not healing as much because bleed cuts enemy healing down and puts a dot on them. And then it heals you for a percentage of the damage dealt. I think that that is... Just thinking about that in my head. Alright, black orb that inflicts bleed. Provide bonus health. There we go. I think that'll do it because I want to make sure that a player... So first and foremost, black is the final class that anyone unlocks because you have to basically do like a secret ending kind of thing to like unlock black. There's a lot of lore reasons for that. I'm really excited when we get to start fleshing out the story. Ooh, is this new? Orb. Orb. There we go. So it heals user for a percentage of the damage dealt, and then kills provide bonus health. And so the thing is, if a player is new to playing black, I don't want them to instantly use a skill that after 4 or 5 uses, they're like, wow, this skill sucks. Like, I do want there to be a learning curve because, again, people, in order to get this, will have played the game enough to know, like, oh, this is what the game is about. And again, this will make Blood Bolt, I think I'm going to call it Blood Bolt. That's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Blood Bolt. Yeah, edgy. Yeah. Anyways, or like Shadow Bolt. I don't know. I'm going to play with the name. Name pending. We're not here for names. We're here for skills. So I really like that. And then Vampire Blade is a strong single target attack that recovers health. Health healed is increased if target is bleeding. Blood Bolt does sound sick. I can't take full credit for it. I'm pretty sure that's from RuneScape. But I'm liking these abilities now. We've got Blood Bolt and Vampire Blade, and I can see people doing builds with these where it's just like... is this Indigo? Yes, it is. Nope, that's Violet. Just kidding. I need to go over one more. Alliteration is like, yes. Like, I could do like, Vampire Veins, you know, but no. Like, and also it's nice doing like Blood Bolt and Black Nova. It's like, because we also want to like differentiate them a little bit, so. Okay, so we got kills with Vampire Blade, grant Reflect. Sure, it's a 10-second cooldown. Reflect is a 5-second skill. That's fine. Yeah, the game's all about the colors, RGB. Lay it on me. Then Vampire Blade grants full stats of Bulwark if it strikes a weakened target. That's cool. Vampire Blade now applies Burn. There's a lot of burn mechanics in this game. We have a blue-orange wavelength combo, and its whole thing is if you play blue and orange... Okay, taking a step back, I'm excited. Wavelengths. they are basically a passive. So when you play 2 classes at any one time in this game, you can choose to play 1, but if you play 2, you get a wavelength automatically. Surely you have unique symbols for everything too, right? In what regard, RGB? Just to make sure, because I don't want to lie. Because for the skills, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, chat. I just want to reply to the chatter real quick. So for the skills, it's gonna be the static icon. So like for Vampire Blade will always be like a black blade for like its little like, you know, like skill window. But in the top right corner of the skill window of every skill in the game, there's gonna be a little circle, and based on what amp you have, it's gonna change the color of the circle so that you can tell very easily, like, oh, I'm running yellow Vampire Blade, or I'm running blue Eclipse. But yeah, it's trying to work within my color palette. I'm using Resurrect 64, which has a really nice color palette, but I wanted to work with a small palette because I'm new to doing art, so it's like, and I mean, like, I've been doing good so far with my art. I think my art looks kick-ass, but I'm biased because it's my art, you know. What do we want to do for this one? Blade applies static? And I really like that. Strong single target attack that recovers health. Health healed is increased if target is bleeding. Because that gives it synergy with Blood Bolt. You can run these as base, and now they're benefiting each other. Also, I need to change the alignments because it's driving me nuts. There we go. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's not Neo's music. What happened to Neo's playlist? Hold on, I gotta fix the playlist. It ran out real quick. There we go, it's back on this playlist. We're good. Okay, so inflicts magnified kills with Vampire Blade, grant Shadow. Oh wait. Did everything get... Oh, did I have Vampire Blade as a first level skill for a little while? Weird. Yeah, kills with the Vampire Blade reset, cooldown, give a burst of movement speed. Okay, so I'm gonna move these down real quick, because for some reason these are previous Vampire Blades, and I want to see what we're working with. Strong single target that inflicts blow and a small AoE. No. Sleep. Oh, sleep hasn't been in the game. Maybe a game filter for color deficiency so colorblind players can enjoy. I do need to figure that out because I don't actually know how hard it is to set up a colorblind mode, and while I'm doing a game about color, I am very worried about that happening. So that's what RGB meant. Thank you. I appreciate. I'm putting 2 and 2 together now. So let me write that down. Unique symbols. Color deficiency. Thank you, everyone. / colorblind. Because I don't want to be like, here's my super awesome, fun, colorful game. Oh, thank you. Is it time for me to drink? Everyone's making the streamer drink. Drink the liquids. Oh, you guys remember this when I used to throw the bottles behind me? Oh, I missed that. That was some red sugar-free, like 0 sugar Gatorade. It's really good. Okay, so let's go through and get rid of all these because we don't have anything for Blood Bolt. Okay, so Blood Bolt. Train a percentage of max health, fire black orb that inflicts bleed. User heals user for percentage of damage dealt. And drown. No drown. Hi, Tricky. I'm deciding how I want to move forward with this ability because it's always gonna drain health. So I gotta figure out what makes it good because it's like, oh, I can just change the debuff on it. So I could be like, yeah, so I can just be like, fires a white orb that inflicts magnified. Who doesn't love... Wait, not again, what? Did I miss something? And then Bulwark. Train percentage of max health. No, yeah, no drowning the streamer, please. No. Health drain reduced. Yeah, I think I can just do that for black. Just health drain reduced. Drown him slowly every 15 minutes. Now, I do like entertaining you guys. And this is actually, I won't lie, like, I don't like looking at the analytics because lately I just really like having people who want to talk and chat and give me feedback on ideas. So, like, shout out to, like, everybody last night that was, like, Mikey. Oh, shit, I'm going to forget people now. But it was, like, Mikey, Tricky, Wolf, Ethan, a couple other people. Like, chat was awesome last night, but like today doing the Friday stream, like we're already averaging twice as many viewers. So for all my lurkers, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. And on YouTube, enjoy the content. Thanks, guys. So this is Violet. I think that this is kind of a case of it's all right if it applies a debuff because it's taking a chunk of health to apply a debuff. So I might honestly make this ability fairly generic where it always drains health. It fires an orb of the associated color that applies a debuff and then heals users for a percentage of the damage dealt and kills provide bonus health. No waterboarding. I do not want to be waterboarded. I could make the blue version be like, now it uses mana instead. I wonder how that would work, actually. Be like, go Blood Bowl, and then be like, all instances of health are now replaced with mana. Because now it drains mana like any other skill. Fires a blue or oh, I wonder if it would still inflict bleed. Yeah, what's up, Vic? I think that could be okay. It could still inflict bleed. It's just now you're now you're just recovering your mana. So it's like you're draining mana. It heals you for What do you want to do, Vic? Tell me. Tell me why. Sorry. Anyways. Green. Oh, I must do. Oh, side quest. Oh, understood. I wish you the best of luck on your. No, okay, gotcha. No, you're fine. You're fine. Chat's been super chill. Even on the streams you haven't been able to make it to, people have been super chill. So. Vampire Blade grants full. Okay, it now applies a burn. So what? This is yellow. Vampire Blade strikes on. Yeah, ain't nothing but a. You guys don't want to hear me sing. We're not doing that tonight. Maybe later. No, my chat has always been super chill, but that's because I have a very zero like bullshit tolerance for like people being mean to each other. I just want people to have fun and like be nice to each other. Because that's going to be the point of this game. I want to make this game multiplayer so you guys can like play together and tell me what's busted and what's not. Static ranch overclock. Wonder if that's too much setup. Maybe not. If you ran like yellow transfer. So transfer is a really cool skill where you basically, it costs almost no mana and you gently damage something, but it refunds mana and gives you your cooldowns back. Like not all of them, but it grants haste, which reduces your cooldowns and increases your movement speed. And the yellow version is you don't deal damage, but you apply static. Static is the next instance of skill damage is increased. So if you are running yellow transfer, you could mark the target, hit them with Vampire Blade, continue to do transfer with static, and literally just rotate these overclocked Vampire Blades that are dealing like 40% bonus damage. It's not the most potent build, but like it's something. And again, the thing that's going to be fun about this is when you're playing with teammates, they might be proccing stuff that like they are not always using. So finding builds where you can play well with your teammates where it's like, hey, are you going to run static for me? I'm going to do this build that's all about eating static and getting overclock, you know? So green. Oh, it has to be. Damn. Vampire Blade applies, curse, and grants mend. Hell yeah. Is there a slow debuff? There is. Blue has slow. Blue's debuff is slow. Blue's buff is mana regeneration. Kills with Vampire Blade grant lifesteal. That feels boring. I hate that. Kills with Vampire Blade, reset cooldown, give a burst of movement speed. That's literally haste, but, let's do this. Gain an additional charge. We love it when we give our skills an additional charge. Because now it's 10 seconds, but now you have 2 Vampire Blades. So now you can heal yourself even more. I think that's sick. Indigo does that to like 5 skills in the game where it just gives them a second charge. And I find it to be very fun because I think people will enjoy that. And realistically, I might check into that again because I might put that behind a wavelength or a trinket that's just like you get bonus charges of certain types of skills. But right now it's fun being like, here, more charges. And then if they suck, we'll go back and be like, kills give haste or, you know. Actually, Vampire Blade deals bonus damage if it dispels enemy debuff. There we go. Wait, what are we doing? Hey, Kitty. Oh my god, Kitty, it's a Friday stream. Let's go. Good morning? Question mark, right? Dude, I'm trying, man. It's a shit ton of work. Tricky's been helping me. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate you. So wait, what's wrong? What's wrong, Tricky? Why does Black Orb Stab go burr? Train percentage of max health. Fire a Black Orb that inflicts bleed. Heals user for a percentage of the damage dealt. Kills provide bonus health. I thought that was a good combo of things because it's like you're dropping 10% of your health to fire this orb that's going to damage a target and put bleed on them. Oh, you're only 3 hours. No. You are 15 hours ahead. Good morning is technically... My bad, Kitty. I always fuck this shit up. How are you? What are we doing? Why is orb? Why not orb? Three plus 12. There we go. I'm good. I'm really good. I just thought it was cool, Kitty. I mean, Tricky, my bad. Yeah, we're doing great. Neck is better. I'm fine. I find out on Monday if I get compensated for the 5 shifts that I missed, which would be like $900, which would be really nice. Before taxes. After taxes, it'll be closer to $700. But she's taking great care of me. She's doing good. Her ear surgery went successful. She's having a really good time. Fire Black Orb that inflicts bleed. Heals user. Blood. I'm gonna figure out how to reword this, but I really like this. I really like this skill because the idea is that you eat health, you fire an orb, it applies bleed, and based on the damage, it heals you. And then if it kills a target that you hit, it heals more. Yeah, we all hate taxes. I know. I'm sorry. That's why I'm glad I'm streaming on Fridays now. I'm doing Tuesdays and Fridays, and like. We'll see as the game progresses more. I might start streaming more, but for right now, I just want to stick to 2 days a week because, like, it's still going to be concepting for, like, another month. I have to get all 276 skills tuned in, and I'll be very happy if I can just get Black done before stream ends in half an hour. No, you're fine, Kitty. I know you've been busy. I'm proud of you. Well, yeah, so it's 27 skills. There's 27 skills, but then you can amp them to any of the other colors. So it's like, it's realistically 27 skills that get extra cool little bonuses to them. So it's not as terrifying as it sounds because basically when I create the skills, I will go through on Sprite, and after I make a cool looking animation, I'm just gonna go through and change all the color of the animation. So if it's like a white skill, I'll change all the white to red, and then change all the red to orange. And like, so making the first skill will be like anywhere from 20 minutes to like 2, 3, 8 hours to like get the animation right. But then after that, it'll be another like 2 hours for me to go through and take all 9 other versions and do the color modifications. It's not gonna be hard. Like everything is kind of set in a very nice set stone way where it'll be very easy for me to color, and yeah, it's gonna be fine. So that is true. They do sometimes just change up the skill completely, but I will pass that bridge when I get to it. Okay, so targets with static grants overclock. Applies curse and grants mend. Blade deals bonus damage if it dispels an enemy debuff. Oh, hold on. I guess I should. Applies dispel. It dispels an enemy buff. Actually, because I think we can make it do the same instance. Deal bonus damage. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's Kitty. I'm so excited. Like, I have so much stuff planned for this game. Like, I literally will be working on this game for like 10 years before it's ready. But it'll be fun when I start having alphas that I can have people help me like do internal testing with. Keep it close to my chest and have fun, and then release it and become super big popular streamer, man. Or even just like a 50 viewer Andy would be fun. Honestly, at that point I'd have a chat that I could like super talk to about the game and stuff, and like play the game on stream for funsies. Flicks Magnify, kills a Vampire Blade, grants Shadow. I don't like any of that. So this is violet, this is black. Health healed is a priest. Vampire Blade. What am I thinking? I feel like I haven't gotten as much done as I'd like to on this stream. Just kind of jumping around. Like, I had to figure out what I want these skills to do, and I'm still trying to figure out Black Nova. Damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets, heals and grants lifesteal. Versus barrier damage and grants reflect for a duration. No, I don't like any of these. I think these are all from an old, outdated skill as well. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I wanted to have a huge health cost. I think that that'd be cool. I know I gotta go through and fix all the clips because they don't work anymore. Because they all have the hero Rin tag and now we're Prison Break, so I gotta go fix those. I did fix this one though, for everybody. Here. I got that one for you. I went through and I fixed that one with Prison Break, so that one still works. Damage and inflict blade on all nearby targets. Ooh, I have an idea. Targets killed. I know, dude. Damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets. Targets killed by Black Nova. Oh, oops. Ah, caps lock. Stop it. Health and cooldown reduction. Because I like the idea that Black Nova is going to cost a large chunk of health, and you kind of like blast out this wave, and then you hit everything, but then if you kill like even a couple things, it gives you the health back and cooldown. So I kind of like the idea of Black Nova being like a health-dependent detonate. I think that that's really cool. So I think I'm gonna give that a shot. Also, I'm having fun with streams, so we'll go a little bit later than usual. Not too much later, but a little bit later. Black hole, maybe? I want to stay away from vortex stuff just because it's like another, like, I'm not sure if I want to like attach, like, because I'm trying to stay away from knockback and I'm trying to stay away from vortexing. Like, the only things that I have for CC right now is literally slows. So it's like, I want to kind of play around with stuff and see what I want to do. So maybe what we'll do, I'll take this off just to make it look not as menacing and be like quick cast. Then we'll space this out and be like health cost. Then we'll do the same thing here. Oh, stop. Stop. Oh, guys, I am gonna be right back. I gotta pee. We're gonna run ads right now. I didn't realize I can run the 3 minutes ads. So we'll be back in 3 minutes. So if you guys need to get up, stretch, use the bathroom, I will be right back. YouTube, sit tight. Oh. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Holy shit, I gotta pee. Oh, that was so much better. I was gonna pee myself. Okay. Let's clean stuff up while we wait for people to get back. Okay, so... headset. Give me that. Okay, so... Stop that. Clinical skill. All cost. And we'll put it on like 30-second cooldown because it's gonna hit your health bar like crazy. Still have no ads? That's because you're subscribed, Tricky. We have 1 more minute for everybody else. Applies. Like that. Okay. And I love the idea of it applying burn and bleed. That seems really dangerous. I love that. Ooh. Hold on. I need a gato rod. Gato rade. There we go. Alright, we are just about done with the ad break. Please hold, please hold, please hold. And we are done with ads. Welcome back, everyone. Hell yeah. Okay, so we got additionally applies bleed. Oh, give me a break. Additionally applies burn. There we go. Applies weaken all nearby targets. That's our tank AoE option. Granting reflect on cast, so it's like if you're in a tight spot and you need all that health and stuff, maybe you're kind of low on health, you're casting this to kind of like protect your health bar because you have to cast the skill with health. So I like that because now we got 2 opportunities to get reflect and then 1 to apply magnified, so it's kind of like blood bolt works better in tandem with vampire blade or black nova. Applies burn, applies weakens. We got our tank option, we got our orange option. Overclock static. Increases the damage of black. Green. Increases. Ooh, my bad. Increases. Oh god, stop yelling. Increases healing received by kills from Black Nova. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Blue. What do we do for blue? It is a pinnacle skill, so I could make it that it grants mana. So it's kind of like, so Black Nova's whole thing is you basically kind of fire out like a bunch of tendrils and like blast everything, right? And then based on how many things you kill, it gives you health and cooldown reduction. We could, with the blue version, make it that it's mana instead of cooldown. And the reason you would do that is if you're running Black Nova with a quick cast skill that's not Blood Bolt, like any other quick cast skill in the game that uses mana, now when you kill a bunch of stuff, you basically reset your entire mana bar so that you can resume using your skill. So it's kind of like you could do a bunch of quick casting and you're doing fine and your health is full, and then you do Black Nova. Why would a health cost skill give you mana? Seems I don't disagree that it's niche. I'm just saying that I do see a possibility of it being effective, where it's just like you drop all of your quick cast, you're basically out of mana, you're fighting a bunch of enemies, you Black Nova, you kill them, it heals you, and then you have the majority of your mana back. I don't think it's inherently a bad idea. I think that there could be builds that benefit from it, and if it doesn't get utilized, it's something we could look into reworking to being like, You know, now it costs mana instead of health or something like that, you know? Because I like doing that too, is on like health, because like all instances of health are now replaced with mana. Brings a percentage of max mana. Fire a black orb, then flexibly restores mana for a percentage of the damage dealt. Kills provide bonus mana. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. No, I appreciate that you're double checking me, Tricky. Targets killed by Black Nova grant health and mana. Nope, not you. Hold on, I gotta figure out where his music keeps going. Neo, where's your music going? Hold on. Here we go, play all. And we'll jump to like right here. There we go. Getting some new music in there. That's better. Okay. All right. And then this is cooldown. Okay, so we could just make it that. Because I'm almost wondering if I take the cooldown reduction away from Black Nova. Well, because it has a health cost, so having it have shorter cooldowns doesn't make really that much of a difference, because if you use it too much, you're going to kill yourself. So I feel like keeping, because that's already a shorter cooldown than most pinnacle skills. Most pinnacle skills have like 60 to a minute. I mean, 60 to a minute and a half. So I do feel like I could just get away with no target skill by Black Nova grant health. And now blue is it grants health and mana. And then indigo could be target skill by Black Nova grant health and cooldown reduction. To kind of start letting that synergy happen, because that would make indigo more appealing. But the skill is still appealing in itself, that if you have a condition, like Vampire Blade again, like gets bonus benefits from the target bleeding. And we can make rings and equipment and stuff. That's like when the target is bleeding, you have cool like vampire effects and shit. So I do feel like Black Nova works well with Vampire Blade even without the cooldown reduction. What do I want to do? I don't think that that's a bad idea. I'm gonna... Wait, what? You're being ignored. Where? Oh. Ooh, yes. Yeah, barrier damage. I didn't mean to ignore you, Tricky. I'm sorry. I actually didn't realize. The dogs. Get the hell out of here. You crack me up. Alright, so what else do we want to do? Vampire Blade. What do you have here? Oh, okay, we can get rid of that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, that one's old as well. Okay. What do we want to do now? Vampire kills with kills with Vampire Blade. Okay, so what? We need green, so this is blue? Oh, blue should be easy. Should be. Don't talk about that covers health. Oh, dude. Vampire Blade now refunds mana if the target is slowed. What's going on down here? Oh, you're in gear and loot, okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like, I kept seeing dots, and I was like, what? And I like this, because now Vampire Blade, it's not even about... Like, this is given its own identity. This is like Blue Blade. This is like Mana Blade. So it's like, now you're like, basically like, now refunds mana if the target is slowed. I like that. That's really good. Ooh. And then grants refresh. So now this skill on a 10-second cooldown, this is the skill that you're using to deal damage. And so it's, if the target is slowed, you get the refund from the skill. So let's, again, if you have 100 mana, Vampire Blade costs 20. You hit a target that's slowed, you get 20 back. Let's say you're missing like 40 or 50 mana, so you're at 50 mana. You hit with Vampire Blade, so it drops you from 50 to 30. It contacts, it's slowed. you go back to 50, and now it grants refresh, and you continue to regenerate mana. So it's like if you hit both the conditions for the weapon, it's effectively a mana leech weapon. I really like that. I think that's really fucking cool, and people will like that for mana builds. Because I have a, I don't know if it's a wavelength or an armor set bonus yet, but I have this idea for something called mana mail, kind of like chain mail. And the whole idea is that mana works as an armor, where it's like when you take damage, it instead comes from your mana first before your health. And so I really like the idea of having a skill that gives you mana back, like not easily, but in a pinch. It's like if your mana's going a little bit too low for mana mail, having a blue vampire blade would be an excellent way to like refund some of your armor or your mana, your shield. Probably a set bonus, I definitely agree. A wavelength would be way too strong, everyone would run mana mail, so it needs to be a set bonus on a blue set of armor. Vampire blade now deals, applies Dispel. If it dispels an enemy, deal bonus damage. Grants haste. There we go. And strong skill on target attack that recovers health. Health heal is increased if target is bleeding. Blades. Haste heal is increased. And so if you do Black Vampire Blade, you're just going to get a shit ton more healing. Okay, I'm feeling good about this for now. We can, Trick, if you want after stream, we can revisit these. I'm just happy to get, like, a fleshed out start on these. Because again, if we can get it down to just Indigo 5 and Violet 5, we can do those off stream. I just want to get Black done tonight. And I think we're actually going to get it done before stream ends. Targets killed by Black Nova grant health and mana. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do targets killed by Black Nova. Ooh. Grant health and cooldown reduction. Okay, so now we just need Violet. Pinnacle skill that deals barrier damage. I don't think it's a bad idea. Okay, take that away. Damage and inflict bleed on nearby targets. Targets killed by Black Nova grant health. Is Black going to have a full vampire theme? It is part of the theme. Like, the predominant theme of Black is lifesteal, bleed, and having skills that cost health. So the Pinnacle and the Quick skill cost health. Vampire Blade does not. Vampire Blade is about, like, healing. You know, off of, like, so Vampire Blade always heals you, but if the target is bleeding, you heal more. So if you do a dedicated Black build, you get more benefit from Vampire Blade. But Black Nova just eats like 30% of your health to do an attack that like inflicts bleed and does a shit ton of damage. So it's like Black Nova, because it applies bleed, synergizes with Vampire Blade. Blood Bolt, because it applies bleed on its base variant, also synergizes with Vampire Blade. But Blood Bolt and Black Nova both use health. Vampire Blade doesn't, but Vampire Blade has a cooldown. So it's like figuring out how to get bleed into your build consistently. So I will have to play around to see if it feels weak. If it feels weak, we might do a revamp on Black. Because, again, Black is probably going to be the last class that's added to the game. So if it sucks, we'll just work shit around and, like, figure out something that works. But I feel like if it fires for 10% of your health and can realistically, based on your armor and your gear being correct and going against an equivalent equipped enemy, heal you, like, 5 to 6% of it from the damage, and the kill puts it at, like, 15% healing, then it just becomes a skill that you have to be mindful about using. But it's too set up because, again, armor, wavelength, set bonuses. You're going to have a dash that can heal you. You're going to have a potion that can heal you and give you life steal. Like, you will have options to refill your health bar so long as you're not just running into a boss and getting clobbered and then casting Blood Bolt to kill yourself. You should be okay. Thoughts on a homing bat for small damage? That's cute. Maybe. I'm not 100% sold on it. I think it's a good idea though. Like, I could see it being really cool where you're basically doing like a Dracula, like you like lift up your cloak and a bat comes out and you like, it inflicts damage and it heals you. That's cool. But for right now, just for the sake of like me learning basic art and stuff, I think just doing just an orb that goes out, hits, there's a little red animation to indicate blood and that like it heals you. I think that's fine. Okay, let's finish off Black Nova. We got 2 left. We got melee and ultimate black. So damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets. Targets grant killed by Black Nova grant health. Health and health cost and cooldown reduced. So instead of it taking like 30% of your health, maybe it'll take 20% now, and the cooldown will go from 30 to 20. So it just becomes more accessible, because if you have lifesteal, like if you have something else going on in your build where you're constantly sustaining yourself, this lets you Black Nova more often. And then for Violet, what do I want to do? I could do Shadow, I could do Exposed, I could do melee damage. Those are all the main Violet components. Damage and inflict bleed on all nearby targets. Targets killed by Black Nova grant health. I could just make it that it also apply bonus damage based off interior damage. Wait, what was the other half? Additionally applies exposed. I like that. Violet Void teleports some enemies out of the room. Ooh, that's cool, but again, that's like really coding heavy, because again, just for my first game, everything has to like literally imagine like the Zelda, the top-down Game Boy games, like how simple but still fun the AI of those enemies and skills are. That's kind of what we're working with as far. Like, Tricky is going to help me push all my barriers and like boundaries of like, you know, what I'm comfortable with doing and what I'm not comfortable with doing as we like start like coding more. But just I want to start basic, and then if we get better at coding, we can expand. But right now, the majority of the abilities are a point and click cast, originate from your character, or shoot out a projectile. Like, that's how most of the skills in the game work. It's just they're different flavors for different play styles that everyone can play in the way they want to. 10 minutes left for Blood Bolt. Fire a black orb that inflicts bleed. Heals user for a percentage of the damage dealt. Kills provide bonus health. So why just fires a white orb that inflicts magnified? I don't think it would be busted to have this also have kills grant reflect. I think that actually makes it pretty good, because since it's costing health, this protects you. All instances of health are now replaced with mana. I think that that's really cool too. Now this is the tank one. Fires Fires a red orb that inflicts weakened. I wonder if this is busted. Fires a red orb that inflicts weakened. Kills prevent all damage for 2 seconds. Because it's still costing health, so like, unless you're landing them directly, I don't know if that would actually be busted or not. I also don't know if it would be viable though, because like, it sounds cool on paper being like, oh, temporary invulnerability, but it's like, Kills grant defiance for 1 second. I definitely want to do something like that, Mikey. I've thought about that a lot, that I do want to have, like we've already talked about, like one of the bosses, like the blue boss is probably going to have like a snowstorm kind of thing going on that slowly applies slow in certain areas, including the boss room. I do think that, and that's not really hard to do. I've looked into it. As far as coding goes, when you set up the coding, you set up the outline of the areas that like affect your player movement. So if your player's moving north, that's your Y variable going up. So it's like if you're going north, like if you press W on the keyboard to make your character go up, your Y value becomes 5, and then when your character goes into mud, you basically just go all directions are reduced by -2, and so now your character is moving like slower as they're slogging through the mud, And because it's a -2, it's not saying set Y to 3, it's saying whatever your value is, reduce it by a set amount. So we'll do a lot of like testing to make sure that stacks of slow plus like environment can't just hold you still. But yes, I think things like that would be really cool. I'll write that down though. Terrain variables. And then I'll like write some stuff down underneath it. So question mark, mud, ice, pushing wind. Oh, I love saying that out loud, dude. Pushing wind. Okay, what else we got? I think the reason that I liked this concept is that it's if you get a kill, now your next few casts of Blood Bolt don't hurt you. I'm gonna play with that. I like it. We're gonna send it. Fires and orange. Herb that additionally applies burn. Because doing the bleed burn combo in my book, I fucking love that. Things I can do both are amazing. Go for it. Tricky's getting ready, guys. Yellow. Fires a yellow orb that applies static. Hey, no worries. We're gonna be rounding up here in a few more minutes anyways. I'm just really glad you were able to make it. Don't push yourself too hard with school, and remember, we'll be streaming every Tuesday and Friday now, so ooh. Water. Thank you, kitty. Hell yeah. Oh, life is good. Okay. All instances of health are now replaced with mana. Okay, so we got health drain reduced. Thank you so much, Thick. Have a good night. I'll chat you up later, okay? It's really good seeing you. Okay, so we're kills grants reflect, magnified. Ooh, here we go. Fires a violet orb that inflicts exposed. Kills grant shadow. You're so goofy, Tricky. You crack me up. Okay, health drain is reduced on the black orb. Can an upgrade be small damage with static? Yeah, that's what I did right here. Follows a yellow orb that applies static, because I like the idea of the yellow orb applying static, because it's like your first cast is obviously it's gonna hurt you, but now it's making all of your damage more subsequent. You know, it's like making it more powerful. So effectively it'll make the heal per orb a little bit better, and it'll make it easier to kill stuff. So I feel like that will be good, because players will probably not use that to support their team as much as they could. They'll probably use it to sustain themselves. Green. Heals user for a percentage of the damage dealt. Kills provide bonus health. Kills additionally grant lens and mend. We'll see if people like that, but I don't think that could be bad. Basically, a kill will now clear your debuffs and grant mend in addition to the bonus health, which, in my opinion, that's strong in the sense that it's not going to increase your damage or play the mana or anything or make you unkillable, but it's going to let you renew yourself more easily. So we'll see how that goes. No. So static, how it works. So static and overclock are yellow's buff and debuff. So buff is overclock and debuff is static. And they both literally work on the same side of this, or the opposite sides of the spectrum. Rip music. So overclock is your damage goes up by like 15%, and static is the next instance of skill damage this target receives is increased by 15%. So you take those two things, and it just goes blah, and so literally by applying static with something, it means your next instance of skill damage is going to keep applying static, but keep giving that bonus damage. So again, very good for getting the kill off to heal yourself. Yeah, no stuns. I do hate stuns and CC. And I'm sticking by that till later. We'll see what raid bosses can do. Indigo, the final one of the night. Additionally, inflicts this spell. Kills. Grant haste. Yeah, I like that. All right. We have like 2 minutes to spare, but we are almost there, guys. We got Blood Bolt, Vampire Blade, Black Nova. I just need to finalize the final skill for Indigo and the final skill for Violet. This was a good stream. I had a good time. I like the Friday streams. They feel nice. I've been off work for like an hour before I start these streams. Real quick for any of the lurkers that were checking out the content, hope you liked it. Discord link is there if you want to make sure that you're part of the Discord. If you aren't yet, please consider joining. For YouTube gang, the link is in the About Me section. Oh, and for people who are interested, I do have a Twitter. I post on it weekly after every stream. I've got a TikTok, but it has like 2 viewers, so don't worry about that. I'm still setting it up. I've got an Instagram. Like, I've got all the social media. It's all down below the Twitch chat, and I believe a lot of it is on the socials tab of the YouTube channel. So this was really fun, guys. I'm gonna really enjoy doing 2 streams a week. It's gonna keep me motivated. Yeah, there's only one TikTok on it, and it's like 4 seconds long, and I was animating this little springy guy, and he was bouncing. I started like acting like him, like a little goblin boy, and it was really funny. It's got 2 views. I'm fucking TikTok famous. I'm surprised you haven't heard of me. So yeah, just make sure you guys are joined in all that and hanging out if you like the content, and if not, keep lurking away, because my lurkers, I love you guys so much. You guys are the bread and butter of any good stream. If we finish this before stream on Tuesday, spoilers, we will. If people want me to look over them again, I will real quick, just to let everyone know the final little touch-ups and stuff. I'll post updates in the Discord. Trying to make sure I didn't forget anything before we go. I'm gonna pause the music. No more music. Tuesday will probably be a combination of wavelength passives, which is when you take the 2 colors that you're playing as, it will automatically, based on which shoe you have equipped, it'll give you a passive that's active at all times. So we're going to work on wavelength passives. Order doesn't matter though. Like if you're white, orange, or orange, white, you get the same wavelength passive. So we're going to work on wavelength passives. We're going to start working on loot. We're going to start working on armor sets. Every color I want to have 2, possibly 3 armor sets. We're going to see where that all lands. After all of that, there's a little concepting to do on the worlds. I get to start drawing the dungeons. I get to start figuring out the flow of combat with enemies. We still got a ways to go concepting wise before I'm ready to start like diving into the coding. But when I start getting something playable, the plays testers reaction roll in the Discord, please pick that up, because those are going to be the first people that I offer alpha tests to. Not the people that get in chat and say, me, but the people who picked that role. There will probably be a channel for that role, and I will start picking from those people. So, the stream was awesome. You guys rock. Everybody, please have a good night. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Say hi in the Discord. Bye, guys. Bye.